Guys, it's Shaftman here from Shaftman TV. I hope you're all well, and today we're going to look at the question, well, don't do these 5 things with your money. Okay, so I'm here in Rome, last day of my holiday, and interestingly I've taken a little chitty of all the money that I spent, and it's pretty interesting. But regardless of that, there's 5 things that you shouldn't do with your money. First one, don't buy things that rust, rot and depreciate. So what do I mean by rust, rot and depreciate? I mean exactly that. Cars rust, rot and depreciate. Items of clothing rust, rot and depreciate. Electrical items rust, rot and depreciate. Basically, they don't retain their resale value. So be aware that when you buy these items, it's highly unlikely that you're not going to ever retrieve your money, and you're likely to retrieve very little of your money. So be aware of the proportion of your available post-tax earnings that you actually spend on things that rust, rot and depreciate. You know, and a big one at the moment is actually cars with the car finance. A lot of people who earn, say, £40,000 have a £40,000 car, and it seems like a very strange thing to do, to spend 1 year's net post-tax earnings on an item which essentially year on year is becoming worth less and less and less. Not worthless, but worth less and less and less. Second thing, don't buy a house. Okay, so what I mean by don't buy a house is don't automatically buy a house, because number one, house prices have gone up in the past 100 years or so, but they may not continue to go up. Second thing is that it's highly likely that if you buy a house, you're going to get a mortgage. So you should be aware that every single month, regardless of your financial situation, regardless of whether you have a job, don't have a job, you're going to have to make your mortgage repayment. Also, the rate of interest is very, very low at the moment. Don't think that the rate of interest won't rise or can't rise, because it can rise. So you may be able to obtain a mortgage at the moment that's at 3%, 4%, but bear in mind the rate of interest was up at 16% in the early 80s. So you may buy a house which potentially doesn't go up in value, which is an illiquid asset. And by illiquid I mean you can't sell easily, and you have debt which you have to service on that house, and you know it is a pretty big commitment. And no investment is a one-way bet. So no investment is a guaranteed one-way bet. So when you buy a house, be aware of all the risks and all the rewards of buying a house. Also, be aware that a house that you live in is a liability. Okay? And very simply, an asset is something which gives you money, a liability is something which costs you money. So when the roof breaks of your house, that's going to cost you money. When you want to change the front door, it's going to cost you money. When the central heating fails, it's going to cost you money. So a house that you live in is a liability. So be careful when you buy houses. Now, I'm not saying it's not a good idea to buy a house. It potentially is a good idea to buy a house, but weigh up the costs and the benefits of buying a house. That's all I'm saying. Third thing, don't hold too much cash. Pretty simple. Cash is not king. Cash over time loses purchasing power because inflation eats into the purchasing power of cash. You need to have a 6 to 8 month emergency fund, and the rest of your money should be invested in your own business, in stocks, in investment properties, in bonds, whatever you choose. But don't hold excessive amounts of cash, especially when the rate of return on your cash in a savings account isn't even beating inflation at the moment. Okay, so be wary that over time investments are going to beat cash, and cash is going to lose its money, lose its value, its spending power. Fourth point, review your direct debits every 3 months. Now this is a very important point. It's something I do actually every month. Look at your account, look at all your current accounts, or in America you call them a checking account, and go through all the standing orders and direct debits on there. Is there anything on there which you don't use? Magazine subscriptions, Netflix. Have you got any direct debits on there which you don't know? Make a list of them and cancel ones you don't use. If you don't use if you only read the magazine 1 week out of 4, cancel the direct debit, and 1 week in 4, go and buy the magazine. If you watch 3 films on Netflix a month, cancel the Netflix, okay? Cancel it. Make sure you're on top of all your direct debits, and make sure that you guard against the other end. Obviously, making money is important, but guarding against losing money frivolously. Now, if you subscribe to a magazine which you read cover to cover, obviously, you know, keep on going with that direct debit, but be very wary about the direct debits, the things which are coming out of your account as well. Cancel those things. Get rid of things you don't have. Okay, so don't waste your money. Okay, the final and the 5th thing not to do with your money. So don't buy lunch or coffee every day. Now I'm sat here in a bar and I've just bought a drink, okay? But I don't do it every day. I don't buy lunch every day, and I don't buy coffee every day. I like coffee, I like lunch sometimes, but don't buy it every day. If you work in an office and you spend $10 a day, then effectively you're spending $50 a week. Or if you spend £50 a week on drinks after work and coffees and lunches and dinners and all these type of things, it's £2,500 or $2,500 per year, okay? For nothing, just because of the convenience of it. Okay, let's say you spend £10 a day, cut it in half, spend £5 a day. So go Monday, Tuesday without it, and save up your 5 and 5, give you your 10, and then spend 15, for example, on a Wednesday if you want to do that. So if going cold turkey is impossible for you to do, cut it in half, save £1,250 every week. Pay yourself £25 into a savings account, and keep your £25 or $25 for your lunch and your coffees, okay? If you can, cut it completely. But if not, watch what you spend your money on day to day. The things that have got no resale value, and the things which you can easily pack a packed lunch, take to work, buy a coffee machine, one big hit of money, and take a coffee to work in some disposable mugs. So these type of things cost you over a lifetime hundreds of thousands of pounds, tens of thousands of pounds, which are really convenience items. Convenience items are not in your interest to buy, okay? It's not in your interest to buy these things, so just be aware of them. We all do it. I've just bought a drink now. Okay, it's not a good investment, but I'm here on holiday and I bought a drink. But just be aware day to day what you spend your money on. So I hope that's been a useful video for you. Please subscribe to Shaftman TV. I'd be delighted if you could subscribe. And any comments you have, please place them in the comments section at the bottom of the video, and I'll be happy to reply. And if you've got any other video ideas for me, or any topics you'd like me to make videos on, just pop it in the comments section and I'll be delighted to do that. Have a great day, enjoy yourself. Thank you.